If you wanted to start signing clients consistently from your social media without posting 3 times a day, without cold DMing 100 people a week, and without going viral, then this video is for you because one of my clients just booked 3 consultation calls after just 1 week of working together. And I'm going to break down exactly how we made that happen. If you're new here, my name is Hannah. I'm a marketing strategist and I am obsessed with helping people pair storytelling and sales strategy to turn the content they're already working really freaking hard on into content that sells, content that reliably brings in clients for their service based business. Before we dive in, I want to make something clear because every single time I do one of these client case studies, I get people saying, well, that could never happen for me. I have a small audience or whatever. They come up with excuses. And so I want to break this down because this client had 86 followers on Instagram, 100-ish followers on Threads. Those are the 2 platforms we focused on for her campaign. She did not go viral. Her top Instagram post that week had like, I don't know, 9 likes and 140 views. Most would consider that a failure. But the reason why she moved 3 casual viewers to 3 booked calls, 3 potential clients, that's like literally a potential ROI of like 6 grand for her. And that's not even counting like renewals and extensions and all of that. The reason why she was able to do that was because of how we approached her content with the goal of sales. So buckle up because this episode we're breaking down exactly what we focus on to make that happen for her. Number one, we got clear on what makes her different from any other OBM and online business manager and emphasized this in every single post she created. One of the biggest mistakes that I see done for you service providers make is that they create content that literally everyone else in their industry is making. And I understand why they're doing this because they're like, well, I don't know what to post to get people to buy. So they go and they look at what their competition's posting. And then they're like, oh, okay, I can post something like that. And then they make it their own and they post something like that. It's the type of content that's like 3 reasons to hire an online business manager, 3 ways I'm going to help you, blah, blah, blah. Why you need a VA, how I set up funnels. This content, first of all, makes you blend in with literally everyone else online and makes you an option that, to be honest, seems really freaking boring. Now, I know it's like we can gaslight ourselves all the time of being like, well, no, it works for other people, so it'll work for me. But, like, think about it. If every single person is posting the same thing and you're trying to hire somebody who is different, who is going to bring value to your team, who is going to really, really, really mesh with you, right? Because it's scary hiring a team member. Then you need to be posting content that stands out and content that's different. And that kind of content is not going to do that for you. Not only does this content blend in with everyone else, but it also is just speaking to the wrong person. It speaks to DIYers, not those ready to hire the next team member. And this is why, if you post this type of content and you're getting some engagement, like you get okay engagement, but it's like from other people in your niche, that's why. Because you're speaking to the wrong person, not to the person who's ready to hire. So in order to speak to the right person and also position her as a more valuable online business manager choice for her dream client, we spent a lot of time on her messaging and on her positioning. And we're going to break that down. Every single one of my clients gets a personalized marketing plan for them. And in that marketing plan, I give you some hooks and content ideas. And so many of her content ideas and hooks were calling out how the majority of online business managers focus on systems, which, is great because everyone needs systems and like no one wants to actually do it themselves. But something that was really unique about this client was that she's like, I can do systems, that's fine, but they're boring. I don't want to talk about that. She really wanted to position herself as somebody who is going to be like a business partner for her clients. Like when you hire her, she's helping you make decisions. She's helping you vouch whether this decision is the right move or not, and then she's implementing it for you. She's not just setting up your Dubsado funnels in the background. She's a participating member in the growth of your business. And so we really wanted to emphasize this, right? And that's something that's going to really take someone from interested, like, okay, she knows her stuff, she is an OBM, like, here's her rates, to, oh, she's the one that we need to hire next. It's a minor shift, but makes a huge difference in actually getting people from like on the fence of working with you to investing in you. The next thing we did was we used storytelling to show her audience the value that she brings, build trust with them, and sell her offer all in one post. And this is the thing that I love the most about storytelling is that it can condense the buyer journey. You know, the moment they land on you for the first time, start to get acquainted with you, start to grow interested in you, and then actually become a client. A lot of people say this takes months. It can happen in one post. You can do all of the qualifying, all of the moving, everything in one post. And storytelling is a really great way to do that. So instead of trying to dump value into her post in the form of educational content to prove to her audience that she's actually really good at what she does, we use stories to call out real scenarios her dream clients were experiencing. And then we showed them how she not only fixed their gaps, but made her clients more money because they took the step to invest in her. We also used these stories to position her USP, her unique selling point, which is that she doesn't want people to hire her just for systems. She wants to work with clients who view her as a partner. At the bare minimum, if you're posting on social media with the goal of getting clients, you need to know what your unique selling point is. And honestly, this can be something that's really difficult for a lot of people to find for themselves because your brain goes into, well, I'm not different. Who am I to say that I am like better than so and so or whatever? But it could be something as small as your personality, the fact that you have a cat, that your cat's going to be on the camera when you're on Zoom calls, or the fact that you love nature and hiking and being outdoors, or even your personality. But it's the thing that's going to make you different. I think of one of my clients who is an accountant, but she brings together mindset and nervous system regulation into her work because being in business is stressful. And so that's something that makes her unique. You can't just go to H&R Block to get that kind of support. Only she can do that. And that's something that you leverage to drive more people to fill out her inquiry form. Okay, before I go into the next point, I wanted to take a minute to let you know that right now, when you hire me for private marketing support, I will literally write out 10 posts for you that you can cash in whenever. Going on vacation, I got you covered. Out of content ideas, here you go. You literally don't even have to think about what to post to bring in your next client because I'm doing it for you. It's just one more thing that I'm doing to make my clients' lives even easier. When you work with me, I'm literally at your desk with you every single morning telling you what you need to post to make sales. You get a personalized marketing plan that includes your messaging. That's what we're working on in this episode: positioning, storytelling to build authority, content ideas, and the hooks you can steal, and your step by step plan of action to reach your revenue goals. If you're incredible when you're actually working with clients, but right now you do not have a marketing system that reliably brings in consistent clients for you, and by the way, it's not for a lack of trying. You are putting out regular content, it just isn't leading to consistent sales, and you have the capacity to hold more clients. You are excited by the fact of having a wait list and having a lot of attention on your brand. And of course, you want to make more money, but it feels like you're being jerked around. You sign a client one week, and then it's nothing for 2 weeks. And then you get some inquiries and then it goes back to nothing. And you just want some sustainability. If that's you, then you need a marketing system that will predictably bring in new clients for your growing business so that the hours and hours you put into your content actually pay off. I've got only 3 spaces open for the support until August. Yes, August. And conversations are happening as you listen to this. So head to the notes below to apply, or you can send me a DM with any questions you have and we can have a little chit chat. All right, back to how my client booked 3 discovery calls in a week working with me. The next thing that we focused on was getting into the brain of her dream clients. They aren't just solopreneurs trying to build their teams. We went into their fears, their desires, their beliefs, and used that to call them in with her content. Most people stop at the bare minimum ideal client avatar. They fear that if they get specific, they're going to miss out on sales. But it's actually the opposite. When someone feels so seen by your content, they will stop what they're doing. They've got busy lives. They will stop what they're doing, read your content, go to your profile, go through all of your content, look at the links in your bios, watch your stories, and inquire. The market is way too saturated to have a basic ideal client avatar that's like a 30-year-old entrepreneur who lives in the United States. That's way too basic. We need to be getting so much more specific with who we are actually speaking to in our content. And we spent a good 40 minutes of our 90-minute strategy intensive together building out her messaging, who her dream client actually is, what keeps them up at night because they're so stressed that they missed an email from a client because they were too busy focusing on their back end systems. Behaviors she can call them out on, of them working through dinner every night and telling their partner that they can't go on a date because they've got too much work on their plate. She can literally call out things that they are experiencing on a daily, weekly basis and used that in her content to create contrast. When you create contrast in your content, it looks like something like you want X, but right now you're doing Y. It shows your potential client the big gap that they have. They might be telling themselves, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But you're like, hello, it is. And your content's job is to show them that, because that's what's going to build urgency, not the fake urgency that's like, this course is going to be closing, blah, 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 even though it's an evergreen course. No, urgency that they actually feel in their bones because they have to move on this if they want to reach their goals. If you take anything from this episode, I want it to be this. Yes, growing your audience and reaching new people is important. I'm not going to say that, getting a bigger audience, getting a bigger following, having a video take off isn't good. It is. But that's going to do jack all for you if you haven't figured out what makes people buy. Trust me, I once went viral for all the wrong reasons, and I spent hours removing followers who were not aligned with my brand. Investing in getting a marketing system like my client did is one of the best investments you can make for yourself to set yourself up for that 6-figure, 7-figure, and beyond year. This stuff that we plan together is what carries your business to your $1 million a year. If you're wondering how you can apply everything that we talked about in this episode to your own business, to your own niche, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll walk you through it. I just did this for an accountant who listened to one of these episodes and was like, okay, can you show me how this would look for my own business and my own brand? And I did just that. I showed her. So reach out to me. Don't be shy. That's what I'm here for. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe because that helps me so much. And with that, I will see you all next week.